This is a short lecture on naming objects. So in the last part of the unit, we talked about naming variables. You learned that you needed to use Hungarian notation, and that basically was using a three-letter prefix in lowercase before your variable name. We're basically going to do the same thing with our objects. So what is an object? An object represents something that is real. In the real world, that could be a dog, a chair, a flower, a phone. When we talk about Visual Basic, we're talking about objects that are in that control toolbox that you have in your IDE. So that may be a label or a button or a text box or a radio button or a checkbox, and we'll be learning others. So each one of those objects has properties as well as behaviors, which can also be called methods. For example, your button has the properties of name and text as well as many others. It has the behaviors or methods of click and again many others. That behavior or method will actually change the button itself, maybe changing the color of it, or a click event which will cause whatever code that is inside that button to execute. Now, just like you had Hungarian notation for your variables, you are going to have a prefix for each one of those objects. I have the most common ones available for you. For form, you need to use the prefix FRM. For button, BTN. For label, LBL. For text box, TXT. For the radio button, it's RAD. For the checkbox, it's CHK. For an image, it would be IMG. A combo box is CBO. A picture box is PIC. A list box is LST. And a menu is MNU. Several of these control objects you're already familiar with, and the rest of them you will become familiar with as we proceed through the course. Now you know how to name your objects correctly using Hungarian notation with the three-letter prefix. Ura.